As we say in these parts, Om Shanti. How many of you are new this evening here? And Samina. Okay, welcome. Have you been here before? Yeah. Many years ago. Well, welcome back. And the rest of you are what I call our regular. Are you new or almost new? Okay, good to see you. Can I ask your name? Sure. Welcome. Okay, so my name is Louise, and I am MC for the evening, and Sister Carmen will be talking with us. This is our last session on very big topic, love. And you know, scholars have been trying to define love for centuries. And if I asked you what love was, is there anyone here who could offer a definition? Well, while you're thinking, hi, those on Zoom, I forgot to say hello to you. Welcome. And I'm so happy that, you know, we have a big Zoom audience, even though they're not present here, always in person. But if any of you can come and visit with us in person, it's really lovely. So welcome anyway. Okay, so this thing called love, we are talking about love as a powerful force tonight. We're talking about love that heals. So the first thing that comes to my mind is I have a family member who has not spoken to his daughter. The daughter has not spoken to him in 3 years. The daughter is 17. He's got issues, anger, whatever. But when they get together with a therapist now, what would be a loving way for him to behave? She's angry because he has anger issues. What would you do? Accept. Be nice to each other. What if her memory is not the same as his memory and she remembers things that he claims are not true? How would you behave as a parent? What do you think? Uh-huh. And there's a therapist in the room. So find out why. She may not know why, but she's angry at the way he, you know, she's dealt with his anger for years, and then she said, I've had enough. Wow. Okay. And forgive. That's it. So if we're busy defending ourselves, you're wrong, you're not remembering it the right way, that's not what happened at all, then the session ends and they don't talk to each other, right? So I like what you said. Forgiveness, compassion is the way to go. But in doing that, we have to take our ego. We've talked a lot here about ego and put it in a back pocket. Take our ego. You want to have a relationship? What do you have to do? Everybody wants to feel loved. Everybody wants to feel understood. And the parent is not the equal, right? The parent is the parent and the child is the child. Even if the child is 50, it's still your child if you're 70, right? So I'm watching a scenario that I've learned here to detach from and to help him with what you just said and to help him. He couldn't do it. But when he gets hurt enough, maybe he'll be able to do it, you know? So that's one scenario. I'm sure that as you're sitting here, you may be thinking of things in your life that anybody who can think of something that can heal, where your love could heal something. You have that power? You want to talk about it? Give, understand. Yeah. 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 How would you feel if God said, I'm not going to love you anymore? No, we don't have that kind of God here. Well, we're going to learn a lot, I'm sure, from Sister Carmen this evening on how to love and how love can heal us. I mean, absolutely. And we will live a better life, more harmonious with other people if we don't give them what they expect. If they say something wrong and we surprise them by not arguing, a lot can happen to heal, I think. Okay, so without further ado, love does make the world go round. Beatles said all you need is love. And I think that's true. And I think we're going to find that out tonight. Sister Carmen, are you ready? No, no, you don't. And I'm happy to say Sister Carmen has been I say student here, has been studying Raja Yoga for 28 years. And I love Sister Carmen's wisdom and her advice. And she's been a mentor to me for 11 years now. And I'm happy to hear whatever she has to say, even if it's just Thursday mornings at breakfast or right now. Okay, so the floor is yours. Thank you for coming to us tonight, Shanti.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Shanti. Lovely to see everyone. Why did this happen? All right, so we have a couple, one or two new people. Did I see some new hands going up? Yeah? Okay. Welcome to everybody. And I know we're going to have probably hear some things we've heard before, lots of things we've heard before, but it's always an opportunity for us to hear it again and to think of it in a new way and to see how I can use what I'm hearing in my life. I have not yet been using it or reinforcing what I'm doing or what different I can do. So for this month, we've been talking about love. The theme of love has been what we've been talking about the whole month of August. We talk about love all the time. But in the month of August here and the Brahma Kumaris, and of course in Harmony House as well, we've been making a lot of, talking a lot about love, the love that binds. And some of you were here last week to tie your Raki, right? Anybody here was here last week to tie their Raki? Their little thread? Nobody here had their Rakis tied last week? All right. So traditionally we do that in the month of August. And it's not that August is any different from any other time when it comes to love, but it's just to remind us. You know, we use that time to remind us of this love that we talk about all the time. The love that holds us together as individuals, the love that holds us together, binds us together, to keep us in harmony, the love that heals, the love that frees, the love that is among all of us, and the love that connects us to the Supreme. And in August, we're reminding ourselves of that, and we're recommitting to that love. We're recommitting, or we've recommitted ourselves to emerge that love, to remind ourselves that we are those beings of love, and that we have a unique relationship with God that is held together with this energy, with this force that we call love. And I heard Sister Louise asking if anybody knows what love is. How do you define love? How do you define love? Hmm? How do you define love? What does love mean? What's love? We use this word. Everybody knows the word, right? And everybody loves the idea of love. Well, what does love really mean? Giving. Giving and accepting. Okay. Say that again. Accepting people as they are. Okay. Anybody else? Have any other idea? Oh. What does love mean? For everybody, anybody else. Is it an emotion? What is it? She said it's giving, it's loving, it's accepting. Yes. Do I feel love for you one moment when you bring me chocolates and flowers and candies? And the moment you didn't remember to bring me chocolate and flowers and candies? Or you didn't remember it's my birthday? You didn't remember to take me out? You didn't remember to send me a card? Or you did something that I didn't like? I don't. The love kind of go through the window. Is that the love we're talking about? Something deeper than that. Yeah. It's unconditional, right? It's trying to find my thing. Yeah. So you want to say something? Somebody want to say something? Your mic is dead?
Now it's on.
Okay.
I think it was green. But anyways, I didn't catch your name, sir. Do you want to say something?
I think we should appreciate our life and love ourselves so we can love others.
Yeah.
We accept people as they are, with their faults and whatever.
Yeah.
But first, we have to do a lot of self-inquiry into ourselves, so we can love others. There, for instance, I can understand another person's difficulty because their difficulty is my difficulty.
Right.
They're a reflection of me,
Right.
and I'm a reflection of them.
Okay. Yeah, that, I like what you say. I have to be able to love myself first before I can love anybody else. Okay? Because if I don't love myself, it means I'm disconnected from love. I don't know really how to love. And so the love I have for me is not separate from the love I will have for you. Love is love. And I either have it and know how to exercise it, or I don't. So when I have it, know how to exercise it, then I will first experience it for myself. Then I can share this with others. Right? But if I'm disconnected, and I'm not going to say if I don't have love, because you know something? We all have love. Every one of us, every human being. It's the innate nature of every soul. And every one of us sitting in this room, we all have love inside of us. That's what makes us up. But something happened and we got disconnected from it. We forget we have it. So we don't know how to use it. So we resort to some other energy to replace that love, which is going to be the opposite of love. Right? So when I don't know how to connect with that love within myself so that I can experience that love myself, there is no way I can share this with anybody else. I can share something else with you and call it love. That is the reason, because it's really not love. It's the reason why it cannot weather all the storms that come. So when it's challenged, I back off. When it's challenged, I can't, it just doesn't work because it's not pure love. And pure love will weather all the storms. So when you say we accept people as they are, we accept them for who they are, whatever their weaknesses are, they are who they are. That does not change my love for them. It doesn't mean I love what the stuff you do that doesn't make sense. But what you do is different from you. It's not you. So my love for you doesn't have to change because you're doing something that I don't like. All right? Now, I don't know why I'm going to the moment I got up here. Okay. So why will we talk tonight about healing or the love that heals? I think it is safe to say that in the world that we live in today, every single one of us pretty much has some healing to do. There's something that needs to be healed. It may not be a big, ugly wound. It might be a little thing. It might not be something I'm aware of if I'm not consciously thinking about it, but it's there. So the world is in a state at this time, and human beings are in a place in their lives at this time where we all need it. And the healing can be at any level. It can be a healing at the level of the physical, because ultimately it ends up there. It can be the level, the healing of the mental, the way we think, the healing of the emotional healing, the way we feel, spiritual healing or identity. So it can be healing at any level, and it can be big wounds, big open gaping wounds. It can be little things, but we all need healing. And the only thing we think that can really bring that healing into being is this thing called love. Because the wounds that we're experiencing or suffering, traumas, or the stuff that's left inside of us that we are carrying for a very long time, or stuff that we're encountering right now that are making us feel unhappy, sad, or whatever, has to do with or separation from the truth of ourselves and the truth of others. So there's a disconnect. We're disconnected. We're disconnected from self. We're disconnected from God. We're disconnected from others. We're disconnected from everything. And the thing that held us together in unity as one, as a whole, is the glue called love. And when we disconnect from ourselves, first of all, then we disconnect from love. And there's a saying, when you find love, you find self. Both are intricately aligned. So when you find love, you find yourself. When you find yourself, you will automatically find love. Cannot separate. So the reason we are disconnected from love is because we're disconnected from self. We forget who I am. Once we start identifying ourselves with what I can see in the mirror, my form, my role, my possessions, my position, my relationships, my name, my fame, all of that. Once I identify myself with that, with any of those things, I've lost the connection with myself. Once I've lost the connection with myself, I've lost connection with love. Because I am none of those things. Those things are just roles I play. Identities that have been assigned to me. But I'm not any of them. Okay? So when I can reclaim myself, my true identity, then I will reclaim love. Once I disconnect from my true self, love is inherently the energy that makes up the soul. Soul consists of this pure energy that vibrates constantly. And that energy vibrates at the frequency of love, at the frequency of peace, at the frequency of purity, of truth. That's the being that I am, the soul, not this body. This body is the house. We all know that, right? I think you've all been coming here, so you've understood that by now. This body is the house in which I live. I, the soul. But the house, like this building, is matter. Sooner or later, building won't be here. Maybe 20 years down the road, or I don't know when down the road, if somebody don't take it down, it will fall down on its own eventually. It's matter. It will decay. Same thing with this body, no different, absolutely no different. The house in which I, the soul, lives. And I, the soul, is a being of pure love. Pure, unadulterated love. And that is the same for me, it's the same for you, for you, for you, for every one of us. That's what makes us look at each other and say, you're my sister, you're my brother, we're one family. That's what unites us. This cosmic unity of one is held together by this beautiful energy of love. But the moment I forget I am that soul and think I am this body, then we are no longer connected, separate, separation. You're who you are and I am who I am, and we're strangers. The family goes out the window. Right? So once you're separate and different from me, because you look different from me, your gender is different, your color is different, your race is different, your religion is different, your culture is different, so we automatically are different. Okay? Because I identify myself with this form, so each one is different from the other. And so we now are separate. And I'm afraid of you. I don't like you. I don't like how you look. I don't like what you do. I don't like how you worship. I don't like. I don't like what you do because you're not doing what I like. You don't eat what I like. All kinds of things. So we're separate. We're separate. And once we become separate, fear comes in because love, the glue of love is not there anymore. What's replacing that love now is fear. I'm afraid of you. And you're probably afraid of me. Right? Fear. We're even afraid of our own selves, first and foremost. Because not only am I disconnected from you, I'm disconnected from me first. That's why I don't know how to love myself, because I look in the mirror and I'm judging myself on the basis of what I see in the mirror or what they say about me. Or I don't look like you, or I don't do what you do, or I don't belong to the same club you belong to, or whatever. So I'm not good enough. I've lost my sense of worth and respect. So I'm not connected to myself anymore, the being of love that I am. So once I've disconnected from that, no longer can I love myself. Because I don't match, I'm judging myself on the basis of what the world says about me. And I don't like it. So I don't like myself. That's why I have to create this ego to replace something that I'm missing. Understand? And I'll never be good enough according to that ego. That ego will tell me you're good enough one moment, you're better than that one moment, or you're less than that one the next moment. And I'll never have true respect and love and value for myself because I no longer know where. And then I will begin to respond to you and to the world from here, from this space, from this awareness that I hold of myself. And you will never be good enough. You might be good enough one moment when you're doing everything that I like. The moment you're not doing what I like, you're not good enough. And this happens at the level of self, at the level of the family. We heard a story earlier, but all of us can look in our families, look around us, look right there and see who is good enough, who is doing who is being who they are, and I'm going to accept them no matter what. So at the level of the family, at the level of the community, at the level of our country, and at the level of our world. So there's that separation. And it's the lack of love that caused that separation. And where there is no love that is holding us together, then there's everything that's negative that will ensue. And then we'll take it all personal. So we're all in this big soup of wounded people. We're all wounded, aren't we? The moment somebody says something to you and you get upset, what does that mean? They touched a wound inside of you. And of course you say, you made me angry. You made me upset. You made me feel embarrassed. No, I didn't. I said something maybe, and I did something maybe that might not have been nice, but that you took it on personally, it means that something inside of you was exposed, a wound was exposed and was touched. I might not know what it is, but we have to accept that responsibility of that for ourselves. If I feel hurt, if I feel upset, if I feel angry because somebody said something or somebody did something there is something inside of me, a wound that was open, something, some trace of some old trauma that was there is still there that has not been healed, and it aggravates it. It's not the other person. They did what was wrong, no doubt. And that has need to be fixed, but it's going to have to be fixed by them. But that I get hurt means there's something in here that I will have to fix. And so I have to fix it at the level of, first of all, understanding why am I hurt? What is it that was touched? What am I carrying from the past? And what is it about me that I am looking at when I look in the mirror? What am I seeing for myself? Who am I that I'm carrying this wound? How do I see myself? Because I, the soul, am a whole, complete, eternally complete being. Eternally. Right? So what is lacking? What is missing? And that's where I have to start. It has to begin with me. What am I disconnected from within myself? And I may not know. You know, but if I start asking questions, if I start accepting the responsibility for myself and for my return to my wholeness, if I start accepting that responsibility, there's something beautiful about life and the drama of life. It will cooperate with you. When it's time, when you're ready, it will cooperate and you'll get the answers that you need. Yeah. So when something happens to us and we get hurt, whether I did something or somebody else did it and I feel hurt inside, don't feel badly about it. Just spend time with yourself in silence to say, what is it that I need to understand about myself that I need to work on to fix? What it is that is causing this tension between myself and another person? Maybe somebody in the household that I'm close to. It may be somebody I work with. It may be somebody I meet on the street, in the supermarket, the post office. But there is tension somewhere there. What is it in me, even if that person did something wrong and I get upset? Ask the question of yourself. What is it in me that made me respond or react the way I did? Yes, she's wrong. She did what she did. But that's her business. She's going to have to fix herself. I can't fix her. Maybe I can, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, what is it about me that needs to fix? What is it that has fractured my ability to see this other person just as they are? Maybe that person is just not in a good place today. Maybe that person doesn't know better. Maybe that person is doing the best they can right now. What is it in me that made me respond that way? Because that's what I can fix. I can't do anything else. Right? In the moment. So we start there with a sincere desire to fix what it is inside of me. And then I can see where I may not feel good about myself and I'm reacting. That person made me feel less than. That person insulted me. Yeah, it's because you are weak with some area of your life. And it gets triggered very easily. It is lack of love for the self. Love empowers. Love makes you feel good about yourself and then gives you the power to feel good about someone else or to see the goodness in another, no matter how they are acting. Love gives you the power, the ability to go beyond what happened last month, last year, when I was a child, when I was married, when whatever. The things that we're carrying from the past, that we're still holding inside of us, that is now still influencing the way I think, the way I feel, my attitude, and the memories I'm carrying. Because all of those things hold energies from the past and are going to influence the way I respond to things that I have to encounter in my everyday life. And so when we disconnect from love within my own self, it influences the way I think about things, the way I feel about things, my attitude towards everything and everyone, and then the memories of whatever happened in my life that I'm still carrying around. This healing never took place. So the return is a return to healing the self. And the only energy that can be used to fix what has gone wrong is the energy of love. So I have to tell myself, I am a being of love because I am. I have to reconnect with that. I have to be able to bring loving thoughts and feelings back into my every thought, back into my every feeling, back into my attitude, back into the way I respond. But guess what? But I don't know how to do that. I don't remember because things had gone wrong for so long. And even though in my mind I want to do it, I may not have the power to do it. I may not know how to do it. But there's so much negative energy that I'm carrying around that it interferes with my ability to do that. So where am I going to get the power from to do that? Where am I going to get the power to return to that place of pure love so that every thought I think is a loveful thought? Every feeling I hold towards you is loveful. My attitude is love. Where is that going to come from? Where is that power going to come from? That's where the connection with one that never loses the capacity to hold that power of love intact always. And there's only one being that is able to do that. Do we know that one being? So all of us have contamination at this point, right? All of us have been hurt in life somewhere. All of us get angry at some point. All of us don't like what I see sometimes, right? Even though we know that's not what we're supposed to do, but we still do it. We still get there, stay there. So where are we going to get the energy from? To purify my energy, my vibration, so that I can now have that vibration to share through my thoughts, through my words, through my attitude. Where am I going to get that from? From God. God. God is the only being in this universe that never loses connection with himself, that never forgets who he is, that never forgets his real identity, does not get confused with what's going on. So that one can become very loving. That one is always loving and become very detached. See you doing what you're doing. Know what you're doing is wrong, maybe. Know what you're doing is hurting you. But his love for you never changes. That's why we refer to God as the being, the ocean of love. And that love is unconditional. That love is authentic. That love always is. So for me to restore that pure love within myself and to return to that pure love within myself, I have to now learn how to connect with that one through love. Because that love is pure. I can take that pure energy from God, purifies my energy. And now that energy is returning to that frequency of love, of pure love. Not emotional love, but pure love. So it's my connection with God. So here, one of the things we teach and practice is yoga, is meditation. And meditation sounds very light because there's all kinds of meditation. Anything I concentrate on is a meditation. But when I concentrate on God, that's yoga. Raja Yoga. That concentration with that pure thought and feeling in the awareness that I am the child of God, the soul that was identical to him. I was created in his image. And I was filled at one point with that love. And now I have to restore it. And it is that love that binds me, that pulls me to that one, and that pure loving energy now will transform my energy of love and restore it back to its wholeness. It's then I have found myself. So when I find myself, I find love. When I find love, I find myself. That is the only energy I can have, that I can give you and accept you for who you are, regardless of what you're doing. If I don't have that energy of love, if it's just a thought, it will not have the power for me to truly go beyond what everyone does and everyone is, no matter what, and love them just for who they are. I won't have the power to do it. I may know it intellectually, that that's what I'm supposed to do, right? I know I'm supposed to accept you for who you are, regardless, unconditionally. I know it, so I can say it. Can I really truly do it? At all times, in all situations. Am I able to do it? We've said it, right? I'm supposed to accept you no matter what, for who you are, for what you are, regardless of what you do. Your weaknesses and all. Accept you for who you are. I say it, I know, because I know it. But do I do it? Can I do it? Even when I want to? Do I have the power to do it? Regardless of what's happening? No. The reason why? Because we're carrying a lot of contamination, a lot of impurities that we've taken on ourselves over time, through our lifetimes in this world. So we need to return to that place of wholeness, where we are not being influenced by anything from the outside. And I'm being influenced by that pure love that is inherent, that is innate, that is my nature. But I cannot return to that place without the healing power of God's love. Does that make sense? Anybody has any question? Any thoughts? May not be a question, just a thought. Louise, you have the mic? Only because we have people on Zoom and we'd love them to hear. We're getting you the mic. It's working.
Yeah, but oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. Just so others can hear.
From my experience, to accept someone as they are, I have to practice non-judgment, which is difficult at times to practice non-judgment. You mentioned yoga. Are you talking about the exercise, or it's the
No.
It's the mindset or
No.
the thinking of yoga?
Right. We're talking about Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga, you're talking about the exercises Hatha Yoga, which is a different yoga. The word yoga just simply means connection. So Hatha Yoga is connection to the body, physical connection, body-body connection, and even mind-body connection. But Raja Yoga is spiritual connection, is the mind and intellect, the being, the soul, consciousness, connecting with the Supreme Soul. That's Raja Yoga. Raja means sovereign, means king, means master. So when I am connected in Raja Yoga, I'm connecting first to myself, the highest aspect of myself, and then I'm connecting with the Supreme, taking power from that Supreme, transforming myself and becoming a king, a master of myself, becoming Raja.
Is that, excuse me, this practice, is that a practicing, say, meditation?
It is
that state of being still?
Yeah.
Stillness?
It's stillness, but what's happening in that stillness? It's not dead stillness, right? It's not just dead, empty stillness. There's something going on in the stillness. Because this practice, you see, what is the outcome of this practice? It's transformation of consciousness. So I have to be actively in silence, doing something to transform what's in there when I'm carrying around in the soul. Yeah, the soul was originally pure and perfect. No contamination, no illusions about anything other than who I am. But with time, I forgot that I'm a soul and think I'm a body. And I took on all kinds of contaminations within the consciousness. And now we need to clean it. So to clean it means I have to now connect with the source of pure energy. And that one is God.
Did you say God?
Yes, I said God. Yeah.
Is God the reflection of the soul?
Well, God is the supreme parent of the soul. God is a soul, just like you are a soul. God is a being separate from you. You're two different beings, but God is also a soul and you're a soul, just like this one. And in your original form, you were identical to God. You're never God. God is God, the parent. But all his qualities, you're like him. You're light. You're a being of light, right? Pure consciousness, not physical, eternal. Incorporeal means no body. Pure, full of love, full of peace, full of joy, full of wisdom, full of power. You were once like that because that's your parents, like the DNA of the parent child has, all of that. But you, the child, came in this world to live and to act on the stage. And then you had to put on a body. And with time, you forgot that you are not the body you thought you were. So. And it's in that you lost connection with your pure self. God, on the other hand, never does that. He never takes a body of his own. He never takes birth. He never dies. He's always a soul. And so he never loses his completeness and his purity.
My confusion is a lot, but my confusion is, are you giving God a gender? Are you saying it's he? Oh, I'm misunderstanding.
No, God has no gender.
No gender, right.
God has no gender like you, the soul has no gender.
No gender.
Once you put a body on, the body has a gender because of the work, because of your part that you have to play in the world at this time. So you have a gender because you have a body. But without a body, the soul has not a gender. God never has a gender. I use the word he only because of the roles that God played. You know, it's kind of funny to say it. We don't really call God it because it's a being, it's a living being. So we don't call him it. But we don't usually say she for some reason or the other, but we know God plays the role of mother and father. He plays the role of male and female. So do we. But God never takes a body. So God is not a man. Plays the role of father. And so for that reason we call him he and him. But you understand?
Anyone else? Anyone else want to
Yeah.
ask a question or make a comment?
Any other comments? A question? So, you know, I thought this computer was going to be of help, but it was not really. Because it shuts itself down and then I can't. All right. So so just one quick going back to this whole aspect of how do we then become images, or how do we play the part to help others through our love to heal themselves? No, I said maybe you go in the supermarket or in the post office or somewhere and somebody did something that was not nice, that was not right. And I said it's their business. They have to fix themselves, right? But we also have a part, just like God's part, to help us to fix ourselves. Our part also is not only to fix myself, but also to be benevolent, to be kind, to be loving, and want to help the other. Now, sometimes, depending on the role I'm playing, depending on the relationship I'm in, I might be able to say something to the other, and it may be appropriate and may be accepted or might not be accepted. But it might be somebody that I can't say anything to. It might not be appropriate to say anything to somebody else. Because if somebody's angry and they're behaving a certain way, I might not say anything to them, right? It might make it worse. Right? But can I also play a role to help that soul to change? I can play a role indirectly. If there is fire out there burning and the fire marshal comes, do they put fire on the fire to get the fire stopped? No. What do I do? I put water. So if somebody's behaving in a certain way, what can I do to help them in a very overt way or otherwise to change themselves? Just the way I am in their presence, my image in front of someone can help that person to see themselves, maybe to see their own weaknesses. Maybe they're not aware of their own weaknesses. To see their own weaknesses, but also to see that they have the capacity to respect themselves, to respect others. They have the capacity to be kind. They have the capacity to be loving. They have the capacity to be otherwise. Just because of the way I react or I respond to them. The energy that I bring forth in that setting, in that moment, can influence that soul to see themselves differently and to begin to even respect themselves. Because sometimes people behave a certain way because they've never been respected and they don't expect to be respected. But when you don't go that way with them, but you see them as they really are, whole beings, beings of love, beings of peace, and you respond to them from that space, that can become a mirror for that person to see themselves and to see that maybe I need to change, or maybe I can change because I can do this different. Okay, so sometimes we may not be able to say anything to anyone, but just the way I am with them can help to change that person. Even in your household, even with your children, with whomever. It's not always the best thing to get into an argument. Okay? Arguments don't usually work anyway. So we are beings of love to bring wholeness and healing to ourselves, into our relationships, into our families, into our communities, into our world. Remind myself I am that being of pure love. Remind myself I belong to the one who is the ocean of love. And when I fail to access the love, to generate the love within myself, let me turn and connect with that one that is constantly vibrating love. Take that love from that one to heal myself so that I can have this energy to share with the world. Okay. Yes.
Why did God give us bodies? Why couldn't He let us be souls?
Why did God give us bodies?
Yeah,
Why did you take body? Did He give you body?
I never asked for it.
What would you like to do?
I would just want to be.
What would you do if you didn't have a body?
I would be so close to God as
But you wouldn't, you know something? You wouldn't even know.
no.
No.
Oh,
No, you wouldn't even know. You were close to Him and you didn't even know. And you left Him and you came here.
I did not. I'm longing to go back.
Ah, of course.
I'm longing because
Lovely.
I cannot they say God's love is the best.
Of course.
You cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
Then if He loved us so much, why did He
He wanted
create
to,
this
He
horrible
wanted
thing?
you to be happy. He wanted you to experience your own beauty. He wanted you to come into this playground and play like little children and be happy and experience the beauty of this beautiful physical world. We did that and we came here that way. And with time, guess what? We forgot. We forgot. But you wouldn't want to be there in silence forever and ever and ever. What would you be doing?
I would love it. I would love it. I think this world is it's becoming worse and worse.
Yeah, but it's nature. It's the drama. We call it the drama. It happens. Nothing remains the same. Nothing in the physical world remains the same constantly.
I don't know.
And that's what happened.
My question is always, why did you separate us from you?
He sent you down here to have fun. And you had fun for a while and then you forgot.
But all this,
And then you start getting into trouble.
everything passes. Everything passes.
Of course.
Fun can never last long.
No, right. Because we're taking the fun from the physical. But when I reconnect with self and realize that I'm an eternal being, that which makes me happy will always be there.
I always tell him to ever send.
Make sure you tell him that this time, so he doesn't send you again. I think you're going to get bored though, and you're going to want to come.
Very boring. Because you don't
Okay.
have the body to talk and.
So what we're
feel.
learning how to do is to be here in the body and be able to have a connection. Without the body, that connection we can't enjoy. In the body, then we can enjoy the connection. That's where yoga comes in. All right, so let's just
Okay,
take.
there are rules, you know?
It's 8 o'clock. Just
It
let's
is
take
8.
2 minutes just to wind down.
A quick
That's it.
wind down, and I just want to make an announcement. Should I do that after? Or?
No, do that.
Okay. We have a very, very, very special guest next week. It's Sudesh Didi from India, from Mount Abu, Madhaban, where we all go to visit sometimes. And she is very special. I met her in person, and she is the most loving. You know, she's one of the original Brahmakumaris, right? Wasn't she one of the first?
One of the early ones.
Yeah, one of the early ones. And there she is. I just love her. I looked in her eyes and I just melted. Just beautiful. So she will be here next Thursday, and it's the usual time. And I hope you can all make it to come meet her. You'll be missing something if you don't. So do come.
And bring your friends.
And bring your friend. Okay, thank you.
All
And
right.
thank you, sister.
Let's just take 2 minutes. I know we're running past time. We're stealing an extra 5 minutes tonight. All right, so let's just take 2 minutes just to go into that awareness and feeling of that being, soul that is full of love. Just take a few moments and just take a few breaths and allow the body to become relaxed, easy, light. And turn your attention into a point in the center of the forehead, behind the eyes, and just let go of everything that's around you. Let go of the stories of the day, the roles you played, the relationships, the responsibilities. Just connect your thought this moment to that point of light that you are. I am free from the constraints and the limitations of the body. I am not this body. I am the soul, a being of pure light, full of energy, an energy that vibrates at this frequency of love. I am a being of love, unadulterated love, the love that allows me to accept myself, to respect myself, to value myself, the love that allows me to see, value, respect, accept every other living being, creature, thing in this world. The love that heals, that allows me to return to this awareness of myself and to forgive every hurt, every pain, every trauma that I've experienced, to forgive those that have caused the pain, the trauma, the wounds, understanding that they may have done what they did because they didn't know better, but also understanding I allowed myself to be hurt because I didn't know better. Now that I know who I am, that I am a being of love, I can see myself with a vision of love, pure love, and I can see everyone else, that vision, those thoughts, this attitude of love. I can forgive I can detach without judgment and have pure feelings, good wishes, benevolence to everyone. And I breathe, knowing that as I leave here this evening, I will see myself in a different way. I am love. I belong to the ocean of love, the one whose love never fails, the one who always loves, unconditionally. I breathe in love, I breathe out love. I feel the energy. It is love. It is me. Om Shanti.
Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you again, Sister Carmen. Beautiful session. We'll see you all next week. Don't leave without your Toli and blessing. And Om Shanti.